edition of the National Football League for this Christmas Day matchup. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers, and it comes your way next.
First opened in 1957. Welcome inside what's still one of the great stadiums of the NFL. Legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, home of the Packers. And a very Merry Christmas to you and yours on this special day. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, Merry Christmas, man.
Merry Christmas to you, buddy. And I know both of us kind of feel the same way. If you're not going to be home with your family, celebrating with the ones you love, this is a pretty good second place. I think when you find out you're going to be not only calling or playing the only game in town, national holiday, everyone's home with their families watching you, in our case, listening to us, it's a pretty special honor, and I'm happy to be here alongside you, partner.
The veteran Brandon McManus ready to kick this one off. And through the snowflakes, off we go here on EA Sports. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They're led out by their quarterback, veteran, he's 6'3", out of Central Michigan. It's Cooper Rush.
He spent a lot of time, Mike, over these last couple days speaking to the media, and the thing that jumped out to me was just how confident he was in his team's preparation ahead of today's game. Now, only time will tell or not whether it makes a difference, but if his confidence is any indication of how they're going to perform, this...
right away, they're coming after him, and they get him. A sack on the opening snap of the game.
We can feel this crowd all the way up here in the press box, Mike. I mean, one play in, one sack later, and this crowd is rocking.
A first carry now for Rico Dowdle. And a nice run there. He'll get 8 to the 28-yard line. Third and long. Blitz coming, he'll throw it, and that is incomplete.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going, and for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their second sack, and we're still here in the first quarter.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. Here comes the pack, and here comes Jordan Love. 5th season quarterback, but Greg, just his second as a starter, waited his turn and had a really good first year as a starter.
There was a lot of questions surrounding Jordan Love. Was he the long-term answer in Green Bay following in the footsteps of the legendary Aaron Rodgers? And I think last year in his first season as a full-time starter, he certainly quieted a lot of those questions. He spent time early in his career watching from the sideline, and he wasted no time showing he's one of the top young quarterbacks in the entire league.
That one good for 26 yards.
Ready, set.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Set, ready. Black swap. Yellow, Lonnie. Smith, red. Ready.
Now Love. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Check pink. Set, go.
A second down throw for Love. That's caught downfield. Dobbs. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Let's go. Opposite, green. Black swap. Yellow, lining. Punt.
Love to throw on 1st and 10. And this throw batted away and incomplete. Deron Bland, good coverage, and he gets his hands on that one. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10.
Ready, ready. Smith, red. Blue, check. Check, white. Switch, yellow. Check, pink. Ready, go.
Back to throw is Love. That's Dobbs, open left side. That's catch 3 just on this drop. And it gets his team a first down.
Set, punt. Opposite, green. Black swap. Yellow, lining. Smith, red. Blue, check. Set.
Here's Love to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's into the end zone. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs.
Oh, look at this. It's a fake. And he's not going to get there. Very, very curious call. You could have just lined up for 2 and gone for it. Instead, they try this and come up empty. So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now, rush. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
As this offense continues to try to find its way out of this hole, things are going to just continue to get more difficult if they can't protect the passer. The longer you trail, the more the defense knows you need to throw the ball, and they're going to have to protect their quarterback a lot better than they did there.
On the ground, it's Dowdle. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Well, not a great start to this drive offensively. You take the sack on 1st down, and you're thinking, all right, let's go to the ground game. Let's pick up some of the lost yardage. But then you take a loss again, and now it sets up 3rd and real long, and you find yourself in a tough spot.
To throw is now problems. He loses the football near his own goal line. And that's going to be scooped up in the end zone. A fumble recovery for touchdown. What a mistake, Greg. That's the worst place on the field for that to happen. The fumble back in your own danger zone turns it into a disaster zone as the defense gets 6 points.
Yeah, and anytime you attempt to pass out of your own end zone, you're kind of rolling the dice a little bit, but what a great time to bring pressure. If you're the defense there, you know you have them backed up, you know their quarterback's looking to make a play to get out of there, and you dial up pressure.
Now, how about this? It's a fake. And this is not going to come close to fooling anyone. Hard to believe they thought that would work. It didn't, and they get nothing on the extra point. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Throwing is Rush. And that will be incomplete. They could not hook up on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Throwing now on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Jair Alexander is there to back that one away.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
And he's going to lose yardage on this return. Tried to retreat, but is covered up. The Packers offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers.
Check white. Switch yellow. Check pink. Ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Over the middle, he fits it into Dobbs. And he will go all the way. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Packers. His 2nd touchdown of this first half. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. Oh, and now look at this. It's a fake. And this is not going to come close to fooling anyone. Hard to believe they thought that would work. It didn't, and they get nothing on the extra point. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
What a great job in this game by the defensive coordinator, continuing to put his players in position to succeed. And boy, have they taken advantage of it. But on the other side, they got to do something different. They got to bring in some extra blockers. They got to change up and go max protection. They have to give their quarterback a little bit of time, or else they've got no shot.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. They'll throw out of the gun. The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. The Packers have it. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery?
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose, especially when you're operating from the pocket. But give credit to the defender. Nice job attacking the ball, knocking it loose and recovering it, and that is a big takeaway here by this defense.
The Packers offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And they start in the best possible situation. It is 1st and goal.
Opposite, green. Black swat. Yellow, lining. Smith, red. Blue, check. Hut.
Here's Jacobs. He is in. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Green Bay. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball 1st and goal, and Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Packers add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready to see what they can do. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. They'll run with Dowdle. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this 1st half. Back with more from Lambeau Field after this. 2nd down and 8.
Let's go now.
Now they'll set up to throw. A throw on the run is complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Here's their punter now, as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. This one, returnable. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The home team's offense and Romeo Doubs heading out for their next possession. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried the 1st half, it hasn't worked.
Check white. Switch, yellow. Check pink. Hut, hut.
Love to throw it on 1st down. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete.
I'm not sure there's any position on defense that's undergone as much of an evolution as the linebacker position. In the old days, they were the physical tone setters. They were the tacklers. But now, it's their ability to hold up in coverage, like you saw there, that allows you to keep those guys on the field for all 3 downs.
Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd down.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And that is incomplete. Deron Bland. Good coverage, and he gets his hands on that one.
Really nice job here by the defender. I mean, how often, Mike, do we see on these long downfield passes the defender kind of lose the ball in the air and get himself out of position? Well, that wasn't the case here. Really well done. And if I'm this quarterback, after these back-to-back incompletions, I got to find myself a little rhythm and take some easier throws.
The Cowboys offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. Go. Rush to throw. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Rush. Oh, he coughs up the football. The Packers have it. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery and the great return for the touchdown. And they have done it again, Greg. The rare game where you have 2 fumble returns for touchdown. The defense coming up with it one more time.
The best defenses, Mike, they understand that turnovers come in bunches. All of a sudden you get one, they kind of get contagious. In this case, we see it unfold. They get one earlier, they get another fumble return for a touchdown, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see him get a 3rd.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Short kick taken just inside the 20. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The visitors' offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And that'll be a pickup of 3. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their 2nd as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Here's Rush. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. And now here's a timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break. They'll look to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live the play.
Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it, and that's going to bring an end to this first half.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Report. It was the Packers' leading man, quarterback Jordan Love, who turned in a solid performance in that first half. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission. The big story thus far has really been the snow. It's made footing treacherous, and if the forecast holds, it's only going to get worse. But I can tell you as a fan, these are the games you love to watch.
Not abating at all. If anything, might be coming down a little bit harder as we are underway here in the third. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Packers offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. Outplay their opponents to this point in the third quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started. It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them. These are the type of self-inflicted wounds that the coaching staff told us about all week, Mike, and it's been a real point of emphasis. Anyone possessing the ball, whether that's on offense, defense, or in this case, special teams, protect the ball at all costs, and I can promise you they're not going to be happy with this one.
Deron Bland, good coverage, and he gets his hands on that one. He'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Jacobs. Fighting off defenders here. He'll churn forward and pick up 3. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7?
Ready, ready. Blue, check. Check white. Switch, yellow. Check pink. Ready?
From the gun, it's Love. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself.
Oh, look at this. It's a fake. And he is going backwards. Good coverage there to make sure he did not get free.
I'm sure the coach wishes he could have just called a timeout, because from the moment they lined up in that punt formation, the defense was expecting fake. There was nowhere to go. That play was dead from the jump, and that's a big turn of events here in this one.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Throwing is Rush. He'll find his tight end. That's Jake Ferguson.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Here's a carry for Dowdle. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
A hit, and He has lost the football. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
Well, fortunately for this quarterback, Mike, thanks to the alert play by one of his teammates, they're going to prevent this from being a turnover. It's just so hard as the quarterback. You're trying to keep your eyes downfield. You're trying to keep the plays alive. You have to feel the rush. You have to understand when that clock's going off. That ball either needs to come out or it certainly needs to be protected.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 30.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
I think the defense came in confident that they'd be able to get after the quarterback, right, Mike? When we met with them this week, they felt like they had a really good plan, some exotic looks, some different pressure packages, and it's worked to perfection. I'm not sure they thought they'd be one sack away from breaking the NFL record for the most sacks in a single game, but here we are.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Back to throw. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
And they're going to get him once again. He's under siege. That is 3 in a row. Cowboys special teams unit heads out for the punt, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Day. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Set, hunt. Set.
They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Ready. Opposite. Green. Black swap. Yellow. Lonnie. Smith. Red. Blue. Check. Ready. Ready.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Here we go. Hut.
Now Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Come on, set. Check white. Switch, yellow. Check pink. Hut, hut.
On 1st and 10, here comes Jacobs. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
Ready.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
Ready. Ready.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Jacobs, 1st down and more. The speed on display. He's in. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Now it's McManus for the point after. And he missed it. It's no good. One of the few things that's gone wrong so far. So they're unable to add one more point onto this big lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll come out throw. Now a loose football. The Packers have it. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery and the great return for the touchdown. And they will score again. This time it's the defense. And, Greg, this just adds to what has been a one-sided affair from the start.
Yeah, and on a day where it just seems like nothing has gone their way, this fumble return for a touchdown kind of just adds injury to insult. There's days, Mike, where you just don't have your best and the other team has the upper hand, and I think it's pretty clear today is one of those days.
And he missed it. It's no good. One of the few things that's gone wrong so far, so they're unable to add one more point onto this big lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
They just have to be better on 1st down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on 1st down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
The ball's out. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
And this drive is a disaster. He goes down for a 3rd consecutive time.
I been in enough locker rooms in my day, Mike, and pretty much all of the messages are the same. We want to start the second half fast. We want to take the fight to our opponent. Well, snapping the ball inside your own 5-yard line after that sack, I promise you, was not part of the speech. And if they're not careful, they're on the verge of surrendering 2 points here.
Punt team out, ready to send this one away. As he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offensive running back Josh Jacobs heading back on the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter.
Opposite, green. Black swap. Yellow, lining. Smith, red. Blue, check. Check, white. Set, hunt.
A run up the middle with Jacobs. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Ready, ready. Set, switch, yellow. Hunt, hunt.
On the ground, it's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So, it's a win for the Packers. They get it done to the delight of this crowd. We saw a snowball or two launched in jubilation as time expired. Now these fans, we have to battle the roadways. Safe getting home, folks, but sure it was worth it after a home victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Packers are winners as we say so long from legendary Lambeau Field.